Today on Suncoast View, a Suncoast beach is washing away, but are residents willing to save it? We'll discuss.
Father's Day's here, but it's not too late for some great gift ideas that keep coming to Dad all year long. We'll find some favorite subscription boxes for him.
And we will lift a glass in Dad's honor and learn about different types of whiskey. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show. Happy Friday. Stephanie Roberts is off today, but we're very happy to welcome back two of our favorite guest hosts. Marcia Panucci, the host of Animal Outtakes right here on ABC 7. Welcome back, Marcia.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Yes, and Will Luera, the director of improv at Florida Studio Theater. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here.
It's great to have you here.
Yes, it's a nice way to wrap up a fun week, a little bit of a long week, I feel like, for some of us, but it's always happy to see friendly faces here.
Thank you very much.
And you know what I love, too, is that you're both out doing so many things that it's nice because Linda and I can say, like, what's the outside world like? You know,
Yes.
Bring it back to the studio.
Chaotic.
Yes.
Well, Marcia's surrounded by animals,
Oh, I
so
am.
your world must be very nice.
Oh,
Yes.
listen, we have over 100 dogs at Dante's Den right now, and we are just having a ball because they're all loving the summer.
Oh,
they're
that's
all
great.
loving the pool, and we actually have put on 2 more rounds of staff, so we have 15 staff members now that are watching them around the clock.
Oh, that's
Oh,
wonderful.
what a great job.
So some of them come in for the midnight swim.
I love it. Marcia, I want to come back as one of the dogs that gets to stay at Dante's Den.
Well, please do. We do have a Joey right now. He is a 9-year-old Basset Hound, but we'll make room for you.
If he's living up to the name, he's probably getting in a little bit of trouble and causing a little bit of trouble.
But he is delightful.
Oh, all right. I love it. Now, Will, you're dealing with, I don't want to say animals of another kind, but Will is surrounded by improv actors, which I can say, I can vouch for, can be a little wild at times. But in addition to shows every weekend with FST Improv, you're prepping for a huge event. Tell us about the Improv Festival.
We are less than a month away from the Sarasota Improv Festival, and it's all coming together. We finally have all the flights are booked. With the schedule's coming together. We're putting together all the marketing. So now it's just a matter of ironing out some of the other details and logistics, like after parties and making sure we have butts in those seats. But tickets are going wild, so I suggest that people get their tickets soon.
Yes.
This is a world event. People come from all over the world for this.
Yep, our 2 international. Usually we have 1 international team. This time we have 2. We have one from Strasbourg, France, and another one from Madrid, Spain, as well as all over the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And I love to remind people, too, that the Improv Festival, which is celebrating its 10th year next month, is the reason why Will is here.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I mean, that was my introduction to Sarasota. It was my introduction to Florida Studio Theater, and my introduction to the wonderful community here. And
So you came for the Improv Festival?
I used to come here for the first 6 before they hired me, and then by the 7th I was working here.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my, life-changing.
Oh yeah, but I love it.
We're
it was
so
perfect.
glad you're here.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
you're so much a part of us. And every time you walk in, I start to smile because I know we're going to laugh.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
So Will makes a good point. The Improv Festival may still be about a month away, but don't wait to get tickets because you can buy a pass for the entire weekend or for each specific day or for each specific show. So you want to go to floridastudiotheater.org/improv-fest. And you can see the full schedule, and I promise you won't make a bad choice.
Nope, you can't.
No matter what you see. And Marcia, a lot of great things happening with Animal Outtakes. You just completed a season. I know you're prepping for more.
Yes.
What's coming up this weekend?
Well, this weekend we're going to show you Louie, who is a hippopotamus. Now, he is not native to our state, but he is over at the Homosassa Springs Park. This is one of the manatees that is over there at the park. And thank you for saying, Joey, we've just finished 5 wonderful seasons here at ABC 7 and also nationally syndicated, and now we're starting our 6th season, and stay tuned, it's going to be fun.
Does the hippo think he's a manatee?
No, the hippo has got quite a life, let me tell you. He eats all day, and he hides underneath the big trees. He doesn't get a suntan, and he's just Louie.
Oh.
Does he get along with the manatees?
The manatees swim around him. I think they know to get away from him.
When Louie
Because-
comes walking,
Yeah,
swimming down the
because if he
street.
was to lay down, there would be no manatee.
Oh, sure,
he,
sure.
he is a very hefty boy.
Well, you can watch Louie this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. on ABC 7. You can also find Animal Outtakes and all of the ABC 7 shows online at mysuncoast.com and on our streaming web streaming site and on our mobile app. There's so many ways to watch us. You can't avoid us, even if you'd like. All right, well, we cannot avoid our love of food, and luckily we don't have to today. We have Chef Scott from the Rosemary, right here in the Rosemary District. Welcome back, Scott.
Hi, good afternoon. Very
What
nice
are we
to be here.
making today?
Today we are going to be doing a fried feta cheese, seared lamb chop salad with an oregano yogurt vinaigrette.
I feel like we all expressed interest after each phase of that sentence. That
You're
was
gonna
great.
be happy, I
You
promise.
had us at fried feta, and it just got better from there.
Well, you know, I'm so glad you put me here because he can give me something
Yes.
right underneath the can.
You are the
I will
closest.
take it.
And is this on your Savor Sarasota menu?
It is, yeah. We Savor officially ended yesterday, but we run it through the entire summer, through the end of
That's great.
September. So
That's
Great,
wonderful. And
thank
we're going
you.
to talk a little bit more about your menu, specifically the Savor Sarasota menu, a little later on. But we can't wait to join you at the end of the show into the kitchen. Our favorite way to end, really, end the week with a good meal. Well, there's something coming up this weekend that I think we all can celebrate. This Saturday it's a nice anniversary for a classic movie. The movie Grease celebrates 40 years, which I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. It was first released in theaters on June 16th, 1978. This was a film I feel like that did span, it hit every generation as a favorite. Couple fun facts our producer Matt pulled together for us. Instead of John Travolta, which it's hard to imagine anyone else playing Danny Zuko, they were looking at Henry Winkler, the Fonz from Happy Days, but he actually turned it down because he thought it was too close to Fonzie.
Oh, I bet he's sorry now.
I bet. And it's so hard to imagine anyone else in that role. Most of the actors were so old for their high school parts that they actually were from the age of 24 to 34 years old.
44, 54, 64. So we got some 74-year-olds out
Yes,
there.
yes. The actress Jamie Donnelly, who you just saw, she played Jan. She had to dye her hair black to hide her premature gray. Makes me feel a little bit better about my own. And a fun thing, too, is that Olivia Newton-John, the iconic outfit she wears right there at the end of the movie when she's been transformed, she had to be sewn into those spandex pants every morning for a week. Yes.
Wow.
Which I think, if we remember, those pants were pretty tight.
Yes.
She looked fabulous.
It's a good thing she had friends to sew her in and get her out.
As long as they could get her out. That's the important part. Yes, but Grease, what a great film, what a great musical, and I just feel like every generation knows it and loves it.
You say Grease and everybody does know it, no matter where they are. That rings a bell.
I worked with teens this past week. I teach improv to teenagers, and we were going over movies, and some iconic ones came up, including Grease. So they're still watching it. They're still doing their sleepovers. I mean, it's great.
I think it's on the same level as Bye Bye Birdie, because you mentioned that, and everybody kind of remembers that telephone scene
telephone
where they're
scene,
all up on the grids.
Yes.
And we all remember John Travolta. I mean, I was in love with him. I don't know about now, but I was in love with him
It was
then.
before he got creepy. I mean, I have to say, if you look at him then and you look at him now, and people age,
Happens
and
to
that's
a lot
fine.
of us,
No,
come on.
but he has he's morphed a little bit. But when you look at him in that era, that was really he was the guy. He was the coolest guy.
And we all imagined ourselves as when we were teenagers, that's the way we were. That's
Yes.
the way we looked. So I still think of myself that way.
We think of you that way too. And I will sew you into any pair of pants that you ever need. I'm right here for you.
I could get out by myself. Pop!
Well, speaking of movies, after nearly 14 years of waiting, Disney and Pixar has released The Incredibles. The Incredibles family is back. Our movie guy and producer Matt Lydell got to check out Incredibles 2 at the Thursday night premiere, and he said he liked it. He said it maybe didn't need the 14-year wait that we had to wait for the sequel, but it's still plenty of fun for fans. And he said that the theater was packed with younger viewers and that they loved it. So the kids loved it. It is in theaters today. It releases. Are you going to take the kids, Linda?
Well, I'm not taking them. It's Father's Day.
Okay.
So I'm accompanying the Father's Day celebration, sort of tagging along. I might have to sit in the back row or something. But I've never seen it, so I'm excited.
Oh, The Incredibles
I didn't see the first
is a
one.
great first one, and I love it's about the superhero family. Will, are your girls interested?
Well, I definitely want to see it, so I might take them with me on my Father's Day trip.
That's great.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
that'll-
excited to see it.
Great. Well, that'll be in theaters. So if you want to take the kids in to get some AC this weekend, then a theater's a great way to do it. Well, it is time for our first hot topic. And Lido Beach is washing away, and now the city has new funding to help it. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers announced that they will give $13.5 million to revitalize the shoreline of Lido Beach. City manager Tom Barwin declared a state of emergency after subtropical storm Alberto washed away 7 to 8 feet of beach and dunes. The erosion is hurting businesses and damaging property, people say. The money helps move sand from Big Pass onto Lido, and that could happen as soon as this fall. However, residents on Siesta Key are protesting this plan. Apparently, they're protesting because it would mean taking the sand from Big Pass, which would have, I've been reading online, a lot of comments say that's going to hurt Siesta Beach.
Well, you know where that sand came from, Lido Beach. The problem with poor Lido is the sand washes off and washes down to Siesta Key. Then Siesta Key says it belongs to them. It's their sand. It came in naturally. So this has always been a battle.
This has been going on for a while.
As long as I've been here, and they tried dredging just straight out in the ocean once to bring it in. They brought in brown sand. That didn't work very well. But I feel good about this because my daughter Kathy, who's an attorney, was here not long ago, remember? And she said when the beach is renourished by federal money, then it can't be cut off from the public because that's our money. So that means we'll still get to go to Lido. They won't be able to shut it off.
That is a great point. I know everyone was concerned that they were going to privatize certain areas of the beach, and everyone got scared. Oh, we're not going to be able to walk Lido anymore. And Linda's right that if now that we are getting that federal money, that means that they cannot keep the public off of the beach.
Well, we need the sand. Does anybody remember when Lido was, a part of Lido was a nude beach?
Oh,
I do.
I do.
I do.
Wow.
The north end.
The north end. So let's keep renourishing.
that was before cell phone cameras, I feel like.
And sometimes you'd hear noises in the bushes. Well, there are a lot
I don't know what you
animals
mean,
on that
Linda.
beach.
Wow.
It must have been the squirrels running through, right?
Will,
That must have been it.
Will, you're in between some excitement right now. I mean, it does feel like the two beaches are kind of fighting. That's my sand. That's my sand.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, someone commented on social media, if the beach is going to continue to wash away, should we just let it? And I thought, wow, that's a pretty strong statement.
Well, we can't now because of the residents. But if you look at old pictures of Anna Maria, you see that the sand was here once. It was here once. I mean, you can really see it naturally move around through the. It was more than 100 years you're looking back at. So this has always happened.
Yeah.
We just built motels, hotels, and homes on the beach. Now we want it to stay put.
I've been coming down here since 1969, and the beach was quite a ways from the water. And of course, every year, because of what's happening, everything gets a little bit closer and closer and closer. And I think in certain areas, I agree with you, Linda, they didn't watch where they were building.
And if we don't add the sand back, do the Siesta Key residents, do they want us all to start going over there? Right? I mean, that's what's going to end up happening. We're going to want our beach time, so that's going to double the population on that beach, and I'm sure they don't want that.
They don't want us.
That's a good point, Will. That's very good. Way to see the fairness in the situation. Well, we'll keep an eye on. We'll see if what effect the renourishment has on the beach. All right, if you're having some trouble falling asleep, which we all do from time to time, well, it turns out the late painter Bob Ross, he might be able to help. The artist's ultra relaxing voice is now available on your phone. An app called Calm has released the official Bob Ross sleep story recording for the mobile app, with snippets of his PBS show to help you drift off, complete with brushstroke sounds, knife scraping, and palette dabs. No doubt he'll be talking about his happy little trees. Were any of you fans of The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross? Am I the only one?
No, I was.
I was great at the trees. I got it down. Yeah.
I never watched that. I was watching Murder Mystery. They put me to sleep.
Linda, your definition of calm might be a little different from ours, but still whatever works for you. I just love this because I think Bob Ross was, he's one of those icons that I don't want him to go away. So the idea that his voice and some of his recordings will be on an app, I hope keeps his legacy alive.
That's great. I'm excited about that. I mean, as a kid, that's what I would do, and I wasn't sure why I was fascinated by it. I wouldn't even follow along and paint, but now, I mean, this makes sense. It was a very calming voice.
Yeah, and I love too, he would have a beautiful landscape and then he'd go to put something on it and you're like, no, you're gonna ruin it. And then he would turn it into a beautiful tree or a beautiful little cottage or something. So if you haven't seen Bob Ross, if this is not familiar to you, I would say take a quick Google search because it's much worth it. All right, it is time for our happy hour forecast. And when we come back, we're gonna learn about some of the treasures right here on the Suncoast with Sarasota Architectural Salvage.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Finally, the weekend is here, and the weather is going to be pretty good. We'll have more on that, obviously, at 5, but currently it's hot out there, 97 degrees. There are some showers cooling things down across some isolated areas near the coast, but it's hot most everywhere. 97 degrees feels like temperature right now with an actual temperature of 89 at this point. And the winds are the west-southwest. You can see we had some big storms earlier move through across parts of East Manatee County and East Sarasota County. Those have now shifted into Highlands County, and some light rain now still lingering. We have to keep an eye on those showers out in the Gulf of Mexico. They have a chance of making it on shore through this evening, but not much. Most areas should stay relatively dry through the evening. You can see that rainfall just around Venice, and also some activity now along I-75, Bahia Vista Street, Colonial Oaks, getting a little bit of light rain. Not generating any lightning right now, but as far as we're concerned, we're going to have a pretty hot weekend ahead with a chance for a few scattered thunderstorms. More on that coming up today at 5. See you then.
You want to find treasure without a shovel? You can do it right here on the Suncoast. Not the kind buried by pirates, but the kind gathered by Sarasota architectural salvage from buildings that are being demolished or remodeled. Jesse White started out on a drive to preserve historic buildings and save the environment by recycling 15 years ago, and ended up with a store that sells amazing treasures. Wow, what a wonderful place you have, Jesse. I love going in there. So tell me, what do you have in architectural salvage?
Well, we are a huge warehouse filled with all kinds of materials that have come from buildings that are being torn down, as well as furniture and decor and wonderful things for the home and garden.
Oh, I have mermaids from there. You can get chandeliers there, I know, doors, windows, wow, anything. You brought some of the things here that you can find in that amazing place. Look at that table now. That may have come from a door, right? Yeah. Oh, remember those? Remember those? And now I haven't seen anything like that before.
Yeah, so this is a new thing that we're doing. This is combining reclaimed materials with new materials to give some contemporary styles that we've made in-house at our custom workshop.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
So you're giving some of the older pieces a new life now.
Yeah, I mean, you can salvage all you want, but that just turns, instead of going to the landfill, it turns it into a warehouse landfill, you know? So you have to find ways of repurposing things to make them valuable to our customers. And so we take our architectural elements and then we turn them into new things. And so that's very exciting. You saw some doors that we produced, some barn doors from Pecky Cypress, and you saw those tables that we made from reclaimed materials. So that whole custom workshop is really exciting.
Where do you get these things? Where do you find them?
Well, we get things from all over, and our favorite is to do local salvage where buildings are coming down, and we pull out the bones of those houses. But we get things from all over. I brought with me a cupboard door from the USS Nebraska. It was actually from a battleship from the early 20th century.
A battleship?
And it was in the captain's stateroom.
Every dad would like that.
Yeah, just the story, you know, to have it and to be able to kind of tell the story when you own it.
That is amazing. I'd like that one. Show us some more things that you brought.
Well,
let's start down on the end in front of Marsha there. We
at
love
this
this little desk. It's adorable.
Cutest little thing.
Isn't that adorable?
This is a salesman sample. Thank you very much. Yeah. Somebody actually says it that table.
everyone loves our samples, and we have to do a whole line of, you know, tiny tables. But this is just an example. I couldn't bring an actual table that we made here to the studio, but we have, you know, heart pine, Pecky cypress. We bring in hardwoods from the Pacific Northwest and some tropical hardwoods as well, and we can make them into any kind of table or desk or furnishing that you might be interested in. We have a full custom workshop, and we're even working in metals now. You saw some pictures of that as well.
Now put this in a tiny house,
Yeah.
right?
Well, this would take a bigger house because this is pretty heavy. Tell me about that one.
This is a corbel or bracket that actually came from Indonesia, and actually is, you know, it can be a decorative element. It can be reused as a corbel or bracket, but, you know, people are just putting these on their mantles, and they can be a bookend, or they can be a candlestick, or, you know, things like that.
That's wonderful. Now, channel letters are big. You're having a competition of channel. I say that carefully because I don't know what a channel letter is.
Well, I thought everyone knew what a channel letter was, but I'm discovering that it's, you know, I need to explain it. So this here is a channel letter, just a small example. These come from signs. You know, you see them over businesses.
yes.
This would typically have had a cover on it and there's little lights illuminating in it. When they form it, it forms a channel, and that's where they put the lights, and that's how it gets its name. So this is a channel letter, and we have hundreds of them at our store.
Wow.
And people use them just to put on a desk. If your child's name is Seth, you know, you could put an S on your mantle. But we decided, you know, what are the creative things that our customers could come up with to make channel letters and repurpose them, not just as a letter or as a light, but do some other things. And so we have a channel letter challenge. It's on our website, and we're giving away gift certificates to our winners in the store. And it's
here's
really
one
exciting.
example
This
that
is
you would never
great.
think to do. You've turned this kind of into a planter. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so my daughter's name is Amelia,
With
so
an A.
I took an A channel letter and I made a little garden using succulents. So I thought that'd be a nice little repurpose for it.
Yeah.
And you can put this on your desk, you can put it out in your garden, and the channel letters are typically made of aluminum, so they won't rust. So you can have them for a very, very long time.
So
What
where would
makes-
we find them? If we're going to be in the
Sarasota
competition.
Architectural
No, but he said there's a
Salvage.
contest.
Oh.
I like to win contests. where do I find that? I
So-
mean, do I bring it to you?
Well, so the thing is you can find them wherever you might find them, or you can buy them in my store, and then you make them into something creative, and then you'll post that to our social media, and then whoever gets the most votes is going to win. So.
And just a tip, Marcia, they also have weddings there, don't you? All
Yes,
kind
lots of-
Why are you saying that to me?
One never knows.
Lots of great events happening too at Architecture Salvage. Linda's right. It's great to walk through. It's like it's a treasure trove
Oh,
of,
it
of
is.
Suncoast history.
You'll be
Yes.
there for hours. You just can't get out. It's so much fun. You'll need a bag to put everything in. So for more information about Sarasota Architectural Salvage, go to their website, sarasotasalvage.com, or even better, drop by and check out the store. That'll make for a fun day or so. Next, a guessing game you won't want to miss, just in time for Father's Day.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Auburn Opelika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Well, with Father's Day coming up this Sunday, we wanted to celebrate all of the dads, including Will.
Thank you.
But also of all of our celebrity dads. So our producer Matt has come up with a game, of course, where we will celebrate fathers, many of them that we know, and we also will probably know their children. So the name of this game is Who's Your Daddy? So in context, the game is where I'm going to show you a kid and give you a clue, and you have to guess the famous celebrity father.
Okay.
So Marsha, we are going to start with you. So, Marsha, pretend you are this person. You are Colin.
Oh, that's what's his name?
Marsha, you are an actor just like your dad.
I know. Teacher, pick me.
Marsha, who's your daddy?
I wish I can't bring the name forward.
Linda?
It's
Linda,
Tom Hanks.
Is that
I knew it was Tom. And I
This
couldn't
is
think of it.
Colin Hanks, the son of Tom Hanks. You can see the resemblance. I love it.
I
All
didn't know
right,
he had kids.
Will, let's go to you. Pretend you are this person.
Okay.
You are Alexa. No, not like Amazon's Alexa.
Now
but
that one I know.
You could ask Alexa to play some of your dad's piano
Yes,
tunes.
yes. I was about
Who's
to
your
say
daddy?
Billy Joel.
That one I got.
Will, you were Alexa Ray Joel, the daughter of the piano man Billy Joel. You can see it in the eyes, absolutely.
Yep.
All right, Linda, you are Scott. You are a brooding, silent type like your actor.
Oh, I know who this is.
Who's your daddy?
Cliff.
Eastwood.
Yes.
I think we'll give her partial credit for Clint Eastwood. Yes. My favorite is you're so sure. Oh yes, it's what's his name? Yes. Good old what's his name. All right. Back to you, Marsha.
No, I got theirs.
Marsha, you are Ziggy. You are a guitarist just like your dad, and you like to jam. Who's your daddy? Who is your daddy?
That's got to be Bob Marley.
Yes.
Your daddy is Bob Marley because you are Ziggy
Well,
Marley.
if that's the biological, yes. Now, we don't know about anything else.
We're not going Maury Povich today, but all right. Will, your turn. You are Weston. You're an actor and a musician. You come from a big family of Hollywood royalty, but your dad is maybe most famous for your bad movies.
I know. I've got it.
And occasionally maybe your dad needs a slap to say, snap out of it.
Oh.
Can I tell
I
him?
Yes,
think
please.
You can tell him.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Your daddy. Good for you, Linda.
He just got better hair.
Yes, so that was Weston Cage. Hopefully he makes better choice in movies. All right. Linda, let's take a look at you. Your name is Rumor. You're an actress and a singer. You have a nice head of hair, unlike your dad. Who's your daddy?
Oh,
I know.
Marsha,
Demi Moore. Oh, the daddy.
Bruce Willis.
Demi Moore.
Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis.
There are so many things that happened about that round. We don't even talk about that. What you are Rumor Willis, and you are the daughter of Bruce Willis. All right, one last one. This is an all play here.
Easy.
So, you are an actor and a model. Your name's Patrick. You are smaller in stature than your dad, but then again, who isn't? And you definitely have a lot less action catchphrases than your dad. I will tell you, when your dad leaves for milk, he'll be back. Who's your daddy?
Arnold.
Yes, this is
It's a Schwarzenegger.
Patrick
They don't look
Schwarzenegger,
at all alike.
the son of Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, a lot of fun here. I don't know. If we play games again, I don't know who I'm picking to be on my team. But I'm glad you all were here. All
It
right.
takes us all.
Don't you go anywhere. When we come back, we are going to raise a glass to dads everywhere and pick a perfect bottle of whiskey. We'll be right back.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. Let's check back in the kitchen with Chef Scott from the Rosemary. And Scott, I know you are extending your Savor Sarasota menu, and we're making the lamb entree that's on the menu, but tell us what else is on your dinner menu.
On our dinner menu, our most popular item this week has been, we're doing a roasted Canadian mallard with a raspberry gastrique that's been insanely popular. We're also offering short ribs. We're using some colossal scallops with some fresh saffron risotto. And seared shrimp. Every week or every day, it's something different that's
delicious. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we are excited to come into the kitchen with you later to make one of the meals, but we're also excited that you are extending beyond the 14th, so you can find out more from the Rosemary. You can also find out the full menus by going to savorsarasota.com. Lots of restaurants extending, and we're glad that you are. We'll join you a little later on.
Thank you.
Well, we are all familiar with Michael's Wine Cellar, home of one of the biggest selections of wine here on the Suncoast. But if Dad prefers spirits, Michael's can provide some helpful hints in choosing those as well. Sean King is here with some whiskey offerings for Father's Day. I have to confess, Sean, I know how knowledgeable you are about wine. I did not think to come to Michael's Wine Cellar for other spirits.
It has been a progression, I think, at Michael's over the last many years, and now the single largest whiskey obsession and festival takes place in Sarasota, and the biggest tasting happens in Michael's Ballroom.
How great.
And I had a crash course in whiskey and scotch last year, and this is kind of a fun thing for me because my dad, who loved 4 things, one of them we can't talk about because it's Lucky Strikes, but he loved golf, he loved grilled steak, and he loved scotch. And you have the last day of the U.S. Open is on Father's Day, which is not coincidental. You have a grilled prime rib, and you have scotch.
Oh,
and
great.
so
Now, I think whiskey, scotch and all whiskey, I think a lot of us are embarrassed to say that we don't know a lot about it. And I know some people can be turned off because they maybe don't really know how to taste it. So you brought some examples and a tasting. So what are we starting
We're
with?
starting off with a blended scotch from Scotland.
Okay.
And
it's coming from the right place.
It's coming from the right place. And so the biggest difference between scotch from Scotland and scotch from Ireland is the still. Everything in Ireland is going to be malt in a triple distilled, and in Scotland, it's going to be typically double distilled, and there's going to be a little more mash.
Okay.
So
And
this
again,
is
all Scotch is whiskey.
all
not
Scotch
all
is whiskey.
is Scotch.
Right.
Scotch is one type of whiskey.
So
All right.
this is the Monkey Shoulder, and this is a blended Scotch, and it's a really affordable, smooth way to go if you want something that is different than the typical Dewar's or the like. So.
And you mentioned beforehand that we can, if we didn't want to taste, we can sniff.
Smell.
That's another
Yeah,
way to
and
tell.
These,
So
these
Linda,
all smell uniquely different.
Well, I sniffed and tasted.
I'm gonna do the same.
you're getting the full
I'm getting the
spectrum.
full view.
And you'll notice the trend in the last many years that you use one giant ice cube because it melts at a slower rate. And what makes Scotch more palatable for people who haven't had it before is that a little bit of water. And my dad drank Scotch all the time, and I hated it. And he would always say to me, "It's an acquired taste." To which I said, "Why acquire it?" And then I had good stuff, and then now I'm hooked.
You acquired it.
I acquired it.
Yes. This is very good.
Yeah.
And a little bit of the water, does that do anything to the flavor?
Yeah, it does. It kind of mellows it out, and it also kind of allows it to expand a little bit on the tongue, and it's not as hot going down.
Okay.
So
nice. So this is a great way to taste if you are not sure if you like Scotch yet. All
I'm
right.
sold.
Pretty
So this is
good.
great. I like it.
So for proper tasting, we should dump the existing if we have any left.
Yeah. And you can be, while it may not be the most sanitary, when I dump, I literally just use my little index finger and hold the ice cube in.
Okay.
And
Marsha, would you pass the?
I'm the dumper.
Now show me this.
Here you go.
So I go like this.
All right.
Well, how did he do that?
There we go.
I'll do it. Oh, Mama,
Would you do
I'll
that
do it for you.
Oh, because I
Now
don't
let's
wanna
get
lose my
into
ice
the.
cube.
Let's talk about the next one.
So the next one is going to be a single pot
Thank you.
from Ireland.
Here you go.
And this is going to be a lot
You can start with.
different.
We're laughing here for
I'm gonna
nothing.
reach. I'm making the
Uh-oh, we're
reach,
only on
even
the
though it's
first
not
one.
proper service.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a single pot still. What does that mean?
It comes from one pot, one copper pot, as opposed to the blending of 4 or 5.
Okay.
And quickly, lastly, we're going to do a bourbon from Kentucky. And in bourbon, to be bourbon in America, it has to be made from at least 51% corn.
Okay.
Oh.
And people love bourbon because it tends to be slightly sweeter, although not sweet.
So we're not on the bourbon
We're
yet.
not.
We
We're
are
gonna
on the
get
green
there.
I was gonna say,
spot,
this
but
is
that's where
not
we are
sweet.
heading
This
up.
is not sweet at all.
Whoa.
You got to be Irish to like this.
A little stronger. Little stronger. So this might be for more a dad who's already kind of has
This
his
is
palate
right.
for
a
whiskey.
proper Irishman would drink this after their Guinness.
I love that. Now I
I'll be
know
proper.
when I go into people's homes and even my family's homes, there are bottles of whiskey that are prominently displayed and very proudly. You know,
Yeah.
oh, I have this bottle. I got
I
this.
have this
and-
bottle.
So
And-
it's a nice gift if
Right.
Dad appreciates.
In back in Ireland, this would be one of those bottles you display.
Okay. All right. Now it seems such a crime
Yes,
to pour,
we were just
but we
getting
do want to get
started.
to the bourbon.
Here we go, Joey.
All right.
Gotta hold on to that ice.
There we go.
Here we go. Okay.
There we go.
I'm
And
not sorry
Dump
to
away.
see that one go.
Okay,
No,
give
no.
Marsha the dump pan.
Sorry.
so
That's
Jefferson.
not called dump pan, is it?
I know you touched on this a little bit, but where does Jefferson's
So
Reserve
this
fall?
this is bourbon, so this is at least 51% corn. I think this is actually 60% corn.
I'm going to
Okay.
drop that into a conversation somewhere.
You should, because they'll go, oh my gosh,
She's
let
so
me get
smart.
you a free glass.
Now, Sean, we don't have a lot of time left, but I do want to say, as everyone starts to taste, you brought us ribeye to taste.
Yes.
Is there a particular food group that goes well with whiskey when we are trying to pair?
You know, that's a tip. I think that bourbon and ribeye go well together. You know, a lot of people like cigars with it, too.
Okay, that's fair.
because it kind of slows down the way you drink it, and it kind of speeds up the length of the cigar.
How is the bourbon? Everyone?
I like the first one.
Okay.
the best.
I did too, Marsha, although these are not bad, I'll have to say.
I'm
I'd
a
like
fan.
to see what this tastes
Yeah.
I'm
like
a fan
in
of the
dump bucket.
Reserve.
This is your favorite?
Yes, I'm a fan of the Reserve bourbon. Thank
What
you,
about
Sean.
you, Will?
Yeah, this is great.
Yes, great. So many
Sold.
great things to
Sold
learn.
on all.
Thank you, Sean. If you would like to know more about wine or spirits, you can stop by Michael's Wine Cellar or find them online at michaelswinecellar.com. All right, stick with us. When we come back, we have a last-minute gift idea you can give Dad for Father's Day.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The city of Northport may soon land its first new hotel in several decades. What city residents can expect and when. Plus some tips to make your summer travels easier and more affordable. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob.
Good afternoon, everyone. A beautiful day, albeit on the warm side. 97 degrees. That's what it feels like right now with a temperature of 89. There's lots of sunshine near the coast. There's a few isolated showers around near the coast, but most of the action well inland as expected with that westerly wind moving off toward the east coast. There's still a few cells out there in the Gulf, so we'll deal with a few scattered showers, I think, through the late evening, but most areas should stay dry. We have one storm there east of Venice and northwest of Northport generating some lightning, but notice things are fairly quiet near the coast, so some light rainfall around. Details in your weekend at 5.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Don't allow your weight to threaten your health or control your future. Excess weight or obesity can cause emotional and physical health risks. But you can take control. The Your Weight Matters campaign offers free resources and tips to help you measure and understand your weight. Take the Your Weight Matters Challenge. The free toolkit prepares you to speak with a healthcare provider about your weight. Your weight does matter. Take the challenge and take control today.
He's been there for you every step of the way. When you didn't know where you were going, to knowing that now you've arrived. Tell him thank you with a trip to Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. And you get the gimme of playing along with him. He'll love you even more, if that's possible.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
If you haven't gotten the dad in your life the gift yet, don't despair. We have a great solution, and it will even work for out-of-town dads. Our guest host, Will Herrera, is here to tell us about one of his favorite hobbies, addictions.
Addictions, both. I love it.
Subscription boxes.
Yes, and as you guys know, I mean, I've been on here before talking about my subscription boxes, and I'm always on the lookout for new opportunities, new subscription boxes. But my favorite thing is that some of my old standbys have started to evolve as well.
Nice.
So the first two I have here, 5-4 has actually rebranded. They're now known as Menlo House, and 5-4 is still one of the brands that they offer. But they also offer other brands. They offer shoes, and they also offer athletic wear. And yeah, those are my swim trunks. Now, one of the things I love about 5-4 now, and also Bombfell, which is right next to it, is that they've started to go seasonal, right? So they've started to offer more seasonal wear. So that I'm ready for spring and summer before it even arrives. And
That's
these swim
great.
trunks are great. The short sleeve shirt has been a lot of fun to wear in the warmer weather. And you know what I also love is that when I go shopping, I normally would not go for these colors, right? I would stay safe. Because they send me these, I try them on, and then suddenly I'm like, you know what? These colors actually work for me.
I love that.
And like, here's Bombfell right here. Here's some of the, again, they went with swim trunks in their latest box.
Is this a surprise? You don't know what's
I don't even know.
coming?
I mean, I could look at the email and go into detail as to what they're sending me, but I love to be surprised.
Yes, unboxing is part of the fun.
It's great.
For you and Fred, any day.
Well, you went wild here. With
I
the
love it.
green.
I love what they sent me. I mean, this is great. I love this green. I never would have bought this at a store, but the fact that they sent it to me, it's a lot of fun to wear, and it goes with this short sleeve shirt.
Will, you mentioned that one of them knows that you're in Florida, so they'll send you clothing based on where you live and what the climate would be.
That's right, yeah. So when both of them will ask you where you're from, and one of them, Bombfill, will actually have you click a box that says, do you live in Florida or Hawaii?
That's
so they'll adjust it.
So I would order this in advance and send the card to you or something?
Yep, or you could just subscribe somebody or buy a whole year's worth.
And then they get a box delivered to them at whatever frequency.
Exactly, and it has changed the way that I've dressed. It's changed the way, I mean, one of my favorite things is that I never thought of socks before. I used to think, I used to just be single color sock person.
No,
then
now
they
you
started
can
to send
start.
socks. I always get compliments on my socks now.
Let's talk products.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this is Birchbox?
This is Birchbox, and again, like they send like these fun ties and belts, and also products for self-care, right, and hygiene. I mean, new soaps, new shampoos, ways to exfoliate, and now I think the most important thing they've introduced in my life is this product, Hims, for Hims.
And Hims moved you into another
I subscribed to Hims because of what Birchbox
so that
sent
led
me.
us to
Yeah.
this one.
Now, like many men who produce a little too much testosterone, I am also balding, right?
So
and
there's two sexy men.
yes,
are
are balding, right? Exactly. Now, Hims is a great product because they send you 4 different ways to kind of attack the male pattern baldness, from vitamins to shampoo, right, to stuff that you almost like Rogaine type products that you put on your hair.
I'm all about this because I've got that spot.
This is great, and as I was telling you, Joey, my most honest and loving critics are my daughters.
Yes.
And recently, my 8-year-old, while we were just sort of playing around, she looked at the top of my head and she's like, "Dad, there's more hair," and I was like, boom, okay, it must be working.
She would be honest.
Oh yeah, she would. She would totally be honest.
Sign me up.
So yeah, I would suggest all of these, and I think any dad would be very thankful.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What a great gift idea. Thank you so much, Will.
course.
We're all on our way to get it. And now somebody's been holding out on us this week. One of us has not been telling the total truth, and it took a viewer's email to point it out. We'll find out. Oh, boy. Somebody fess up.
Uh-oh.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free. You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
I need medical exams, things like that.
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
Chairman Kim has before him an opportunity like no other. To be remembered as the leader who ushered in a glorious new era of security.
So we're on good terms with North Korea, bad terms with Canada and Europe, and the media is our biggest enemy. I'm Alan Cohn. Will we make sense of it all at the Trapezoid?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
All right, on Monday, we showed you one of the finalists in a national toilet paper wedding dress contest. And this creation came from a costume designer in California. All right, there's a contest for everything. Well, we got an email from a viewer who pointed out that one of us did not fess up that we had a background in something similar in toilet paper creation. I'll fess up.
No, I know it's not me.
Joey, I wish I would have known about the TP wedding dress. I have pictures from my bridal shower. That's my friend, or maybe she's not still my friend, Melanie. Yes, it's true. This was years ago at her bridal shower. Melanie Morrow had a competition for putting people in a wedding dress, and as the lone guy at a bridal shower, as I've been many times, I was a competitor. Unfortunately, I don't know if you all have seen the way that I sweat, but the toilet paper did not last my active sweat glands.
It does nothing for you.
You know, thank you. I prefer to dress the way I am today, but it is always nice to have your friends keep you honest. Melanie, I'm going to get you. All right, we're going to head into the kitchen with the Rosemary as we are making the lamb entree from Savor Sarasota. We'll see you in just a bit.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Moat Marine Lab working to restore shellfish in Sarasota Bay. How the improved water quality in the bay is looking hopeful as a new home for these creatures. In First Alert traffic right now, northbound lanes of I-75 slow going right around the Bee Ridge Road exit. And we're also seeing some backups as you head east on Bee Ridge Road right near Honore Avenue. Let's get another check on the weather with Bob.
Scott, as expected, most of the storms are well east of our immediate viewing area, heading off toward the east. You can see that line of intense storms was closer to the coast earlier about 2 hours ago, but now we're seeing just isolated showers. One in particular just east of Venice, east of the I-75 area there, pushing off to the northeast, starting to weaken right now. So not much going on along the immediate coast and should stay that way throughout most of the evening hours. There's a slight chance for a passing shower here and there. Details coming up at 5.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Coming up Monday at 4 on Suncoast View, we're getting ready to head out into the great outdoors. June is National Camping Month, and we'll find out all about the latest gear and goodies from Environeers. Then we'll make sure we're in shape for outdoor adventures with a fitness expert. Plus, Canine Corral tells us how CBD oils and treats can keep your pet calm during storm season. And Geyer's Sausage Kitchen joins us in our kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here with Chef Scott from Rosemary. Let's get to the lamb chops.
All right, here we go.
Okay?
Yes,
All right.
What are we making today?
Today we are doing a fried feta cheese and seared lamb chop salad with an oregano yogurt vinaigrette.
Delicious. All right, so you have Linda started on the cheese.
She is doing our cheese over here. We're going to throw it into some canola oil. And then this gentleman is going to start assembling our salad dressing.
Right.
And
So you have bricks of feta. That's
feta?
what Linda's. And what is she dipping it in?
We're just going with flour, eggs, and panko Japanese breadcrumbs.
Delicious.
They're just a
All
bit
right.
coarser, more
Little
crisp.
more body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
panko.
a lot nicer texture.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get Linda's hard work. Let's bring it down and start frying the
Here we go.
cheese.
Just about done. Here we go.
All right.
Showtime.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
And
here
these
we
still
go.
will keep their form as you fry them? They won't start to melt?
Yeah. You can get a couple of different kinds of feta. There's usually the one you always see that's it's either crumbles or it's the almond way. You can also get a dry pack, and it's just much firmer.
Okay.
You can actually use it as a doorstop and fry it.
Now, this doesn't fall apart.
It does not. No, eventually it will. If we leave it in too long, it'll start to melt and fall apart on us. But just for a few minutes.
Just enough to fry the outside.
Yeah, it crisps on the outside. It warms it through the inside. It's not hot.
Okay.
But it is. It's interesting. It's a fun way to do feta.
We've never met a fried cheese that we did not love.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of my
Absolutely.
Yes, great job, Linda.
Thank
so
you.
the
And we
lamb
have
chops.
a whip right here for you.
You've already got Chef the lamb chops started here.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
We're almost done. As I said, it's on the menu that's posted. About 4 minutes. You know, about 2 minutes on each side. They're small. There's about 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of meat per.
Do we want to keep them rare on the inside? Is that the point? Or is it
I'm a rare to medium rare
Okay.
person. I mean, we get a lot of people at the restaurant that want them well, medium.
Okay.
I mean, it's a personal choice.
All right, now Will is working on our salad.
Correct.
So what has he put together so far? This is
All
the
right,
salad
we've
dressing?
got our mini field greens. We've got some Kalamata olives, some cucumbers, pepperoncinis, tomatoes, asparagus, onions, artichokes, roasted red bell peppers, and we're going to garnish with some microgreens.
Oh, nice.
And he's really working hard on these.
Linda, how is Will doing?
Making it happen, that's for
You
sure.
did it, Will.
Right.
You did it.
And we'll just set that aside.
Okay.
And then we'll start assembling all of these ingredients right here.
Right on here. Okay. Just a
I
handful
don't
of
have
each.
any gloves on.
All right.
He's at it.
Great. Will's doing a great job. And so this entree is part of your Savor Sarasota menu.
It is. It's very popular lunch item. We have this. We also have, we called it, for lack of, we didn't know what to call it. We call it the Johnny Cash. It's a smoked short rib, gorgonzola cheese, and onion ring Kaiser.
Wow.
It's pretty popular.
Now, you don't have to be a dad to enjoy that. Anyone could enjoy
Anybody
that. But
could
do you have
have
anything special for Father's Day weekend?
We do. We're offering Savor through the whole weekend,
Perfect.
obviously. I'm not really sure what I'm doing for the specials yet. I check and see what our fish availability is daily. So, I mean, I might get some pompano, I might get some sea bass. Like, you know, I have
That's
to see what's
always
out
nice
there.
to know, though, that your menu is
Sure.
dictated by what is fresh.
By
And
what's
given,
out there, sure.
Given everything that's on your menu already, we know that it's going to be delicious.
It'll be fun, I promise.
So is this on the lunch menu? Or
This
the
is
dinner
on our
menu?
lunch menu? Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's try it. I think you'll be really happy with it. Some people are like a lamb salad, and I'm not one of those people. So, and then right around the edge with that. And now we're just going to take your vinaigrette and liberally. There we go. Don't be shy.
Wow. Will, you are a Renaissance man.
Voila.
I'm not surprised at all that you are handy in the kitchen. I know Will does a lot of cooking. So
This is a lot of fun.
There we go, folks. That's it. We got a fried feta cheese and lamb salad. That will get you through the rest of the day, I promise.
This looks delicious. Marcia, I'm going to sneak a little piece of the feta if you want to try some.
Wow,
yourself.
yeah.
This is on the menu at the Rosemary. Of course, you want to find them at the Rosemary District. Very exciting to hear that you are extending your Savor Sarasota menu throughout. So great news for all of us.
Up until theater time starts in October, so late September.
That's wonderful. So throughout the summer and beyond. All right, you want to check them out at the Rosemary. Marcia, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. This is marvelous.
Yes,
thank you all for all of your help.
Thank you very much.
Will, always a pleasure. And you can get your tickets now for Sarasota Improv Festival. And don't forget that you can also see Will every weekend at the improv shows at Florida Studio Theater. All right, we're going to enjoy some fried feta. You take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.